6 months ago, I reviewed this Samsung 49-inch ultra-wide screen, and I had a few minor issues, but all in all, I said it was an incredible screen. And as people keep asking me in the comments of that video, now we are 6 months later, would I still recommend it? Hi, my name is Pete, and on this channel we help busy entrepreneurs find the best tech, be productive, and stay safe online. Now, this Samsung 49-inch ultra-wide is the best ultra-wide screen that I've used still to this date. And that's including the other 49-inch options, like the Dell screen, which I switched away from when I got this one. But I have had issues in my time of ownership. So let's just talk about those issues so you know what to look out for if you're interested in buying one of these for yourself. Now, by far, the biggest issue that keeps coming up time and time again is this weird situation where you have windows in a certain position on your screen, and then the colors change and the whole screen just fills with these like odd stripes, which you can only solve by moving the windows around until it stops. But you can literally move windows in one place and it works, and then move it another and it doesn't. It's such a weird bug. However, just before filming this video, I decided to just check out and see if a newer firmware had been released for this screen, and it turns out that version 10.12.1 was released on the 14th of July, just a few weeks before shooting this video. So, well, I installed that, and now I can't get the screen to do those weird lines anymore. So kind of good news is that the issue is fixed. Well, kind of. Because what does still happen is when you move around like large dark windows on the screen, you get this weird flicker, which is coming from the dimming zones of that screen. It's not a huge problem, but it is still noticeable, so just thought I'd mention it. And also, I wish Samsung would tell you what they actually fixed in each firmware. Literally, there is no information other than, well, here's a new update. Now, other issues for me, 240 Hz. On the Mac side of things, 240 Hz is useless, as Mac won't run above 120 Hz. But on the Windows side, 240 Hz does look buttery smooth when on the desktop, and again, using this thing for productivity, it is beautiful. I just don't own or really play any games on this thing that will reach anywhere near 240 Hz, particularly now as I have that new gaming TV that runs the PS5 and Series X at a steady 120 Hz. Now, for those of you asking about my CalDigit dock and the new M1 range of Macs, I have no issue at all getting my M1 Mac Mini or M1 MacBook Air to run at 120 Hz via that CalDigit. Now, you do need to set the screen itself to 120 Hz, and I am using a specific cable that I bought on Amazon, which I'll link to down below. But using that cable and the CalDigit dock, literally no issues, and it works every single time. Though my advice to you, if you are still having issues and are using both of these things already, then download a utility called ScreenRes-X, which you can use to then force the screen to that right resolution of like 5120 by 1440. Oh, and for a few asking in my last video, yes, the G9 does support picture-by-picture, and it works really well, and it doesn't screw up the resolution on either the Mac side or the Windows side. It just gives you a resolution that has like all the right proportions for either side. And I often have Windows and Mac side by side, though I might try going like Windows only again soon, as I do like that buttery like 240 Hz like refresh rate on the desktop. I only wish that I had the newest MX Master 3 mouse, because, well, I'm too cheap to upgrade from my first generation one, because right now I have to press the input 1, 2 or 3 switch underneath the device or on the keyboard. Whereas the MX Master 3 includes a feature which I think is called Flow, which then looks to seamlessly move your mouse and keyboard between the machines as you move. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel, so Logitech might think I'm kind of good enough to send me one to test the feature out. One other minor issue for me has been the size of the stand, because, well, I'm using like this IKEA kitchen worktop, which isn't as deep as most proper desks, and it means that my stand is actually off the back of the desk and even comes out quite far onto the desk. I am yet to find like a reasonably priced solid floating arm that holds this weight, but ideally I probably want like a deeper desk, so that wouldn't really be an issue anymore. And for most people using this in like a proper office, that won't be a problem. But if you are working from home where space might be a bit of an issue, it is definitely something to be aware of. Now, other constant issues that I've heard about, mostly in the comments section of that last video, but not experienced myself, are things like cracking, which is where the glue cracks as the screen like heats up and then cools down, and then light bleeding through the edge of the screen. But like I've said, I've not experienced this on any of my screens, and I say screens because this is my third, maybe my fourth G9 screen. Now, my first screen was absolutely perfect. Wish I'd actually have kept that screen. Not a single issue at all. But then Amazon Prime Day came and the screen dropped by £200. So I decided to save the money and just rebuy it cheaper. Except that one then had issues, then the next one had issues, until finally I got this screen, which doesn't have issues other than those local kind of dimming issues that I mentioned to begin with, which have kind of been fixed now. Would I recommend this 49-inch Samsung G9 curved ultra-wide screen to you right now if you're looking for one good 49-inch screen for productivity? 100% yes. And I will leave a link down below where I'll try to find the cheapest place to buy one of these things, because this is currently the only 1000R curve screen that I've come across, and that 1000R curve makes a massive difference. Those other 49-inch screens tend to have like a shallower curve, and I found myself having to stretch my neck sometimes to see like the very corners of the screen. But with this 1000R curve, all you need to do is just turn your head, which feels far more natural than having to like physically move and stretch your body to see something. That is the reason why, even with like a few technical issues, I couldn't move to any other screen right now until someone else brings out this 49-inch 1000R curve screen. Subscribe to the channel for more videos around tech. Go and watch this video around how I stay so insanely productive whilst using the screen, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.